Hi guys, my name is Keith Neurotis, known as the leader and superior of Club LASM, aka lover of animated shows and movies, and I'm here with Gilbert,
Hey.
Colby,
Wubba wubba top top.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you need help, friend?
and Roku Reps. Oh my god, this is...
You got it this time. Stupid dog, you make me look bad. Yeah.
So first things first, how are we doing in this lovely Tuesday afternoon?
Not particularly great, actually. I'm not gonna go into the details besides the obvious. I'm just not feeling too great right now.
I understand, like, with all this Warner Brothers situation that's been going on as of recently, I too am, like, honestly not in this right position, but that shouldn't be the point. Like, in a nutshell, Warner Brothers just removed all the good, like, content, the good animated shows from HBO Max. And not only that, Infinity Train is literally getting kicked to the curb even further because they deleted all the clips from YouTube, even the pilot that got the show greenlit.
Yeah, and it turns out they're actually losing more money. Surprisingly, they tried to save $3 billion. They lost $2.5 million more.
It's like they're destined to become bankrupt at this point.
They can barely hang on to the $13 stock, apparently. At least as of this time, at August 23rd.
With that being said, I guess we should now get to Kippo and the Age of Wonderbeast Season 2. Since we already dissected Season 1, this week will be Season 2. Though Season 1 is about a young optimistic girl from a burrow who's lost in the surface filled with mutant animals and, with the help of her newfound friends of survivalists, tries to find a way back home with his father. Season 2 amps up even further as it becomes an action-packed adventure that involves Kippo, Wolf, Mondu, Branson, and Dave going on a self-discovery rescue mission as they help Kippo control her newfound mute powers in order to do so.
Speaking of new powers, that was another point in the season where she can turn into a Mega Jaguar. But to learn that, she had to learn from the, I forgot the name, but there's some sort of, like, goat prophet women.
Yeah, it was like those goat
who
trio.
get their prophecy from cheese. This is actually not too far off from mythology, or in some stories. Some say that the oracle, how she get her vision, is from volcanic vapor.
Oh my god.
But I will also say, like, when it comes to the cheese, the only danger there is unwashed hooves. And where do they get the milk? Nobody answered that question.
But in the prophecy, it was revealed that Kippo needs to find an anchor to at least control her mute powers, because if she uses it too much, she would be lost into that mutant jaguar, and she would most likely become the jaguar forever. Is that what they're trying to say?
Yes.
As we continue through this season, Kippo and Wolf's relationship has gotten a bit closer, more like sisters, especially in To Catch a Death Stalker, where they were trying to find Kippo's Earth burrow. They were briefly in Wolf's hideout, and Kippo finds all sorts of objects in there, including a little teddy bear and a jump rope, which Wolf used the jump rope as tying people up.
Yeah, like whatever childhood things she found, like Wolf uses it in a different way, like uses like as like survivalist weapons, like
even something as fun as a karaoke machine, or she calls it the hoot hoot.
Yeah, that further
use
makes
the mic screech like a hoot, like screech like an owl to scare off the scorpions.
That further makes me feel bad for Wolf's character, because her being abandoned and have to like live in this like survival type of environment, and especially the fact that she was living in that pretty much in a very young age. That really makes me feel sorry for Wolf.
And Scorpion territory too.
Yeah.
Let's not forget that where her hideout is at. That's a Deathstalker territory. She's been hiding there this whole time.
What's even scarier about those Deathstalkers is that it was revealed they know where you are based on heart rates, based on heartbeats. Faster your heart beating, the more exposed you are.
I feel there's a movie creature that does that, but it kind of escapes me. It feels familiar, but I don't know what.
A scorpion?
I mean, that's what they are. They are just mutant scorpions with 3 tails.
Yeah, speaking of the other characters, this is a spoiler warning. If you haven't watched season 2, please watch season 2. But the spoiler is the big plot twist. Like, I had to get this plot twist out of the way. When it was revealed that while in one of my favorite episodes, which is the 2-parter Fungus, it was revealed in the end that this mega monkey that we saw in the first season was in fact Kippo's mother.
Yep, in an attempt to experiment with mute DNA, Song put some of those mutant parts in her, and therefore given Kippo mutant attributes as well as Song.
Yeah, and that happened literally during pregnancy, right?
Yeah, it happened during pregnancy. It was more like Kippo gave those genes to Song through the pregnancy. Something I really wanted to talk about, but I couldn't last time because of spoilers, was it hit harder the second viewing because I knew it was her mom when Kippo sang to her, so it was like I almost cried.
Yeah, I truly felt like seeing this heartfelt moment between Kippo and that monkey that she didn't know was her mother until Fungus episode, it's truly felt heartwarming. Especially looking back at season 1, why she stopped attacking when Kippo sung to her is like the monkey or the mother now recognizes her own daughter, you know?
And there's one thing that, you know me, if you know my Twitter, you probably see my little pinned tweet and how I talk about these shows, that I'm critical of some of the characters. It almost seems like Song is a bad scientist.
What do you mean a bad scientist?
Mom is a bad scientist.
Why would you say that?
Because she experimented on herself and the child in her womb. What kind of scientist does that?
Oh, right.
Look, I understand, you got very limited options of some of the animals you got on the surface, but at the same time, it was very irresponsible. For all you know, you could be literally making an actual monster. God knows what Kippo would have turned out like if Kippo would have been alive at all.
Like, the side effects could have been deadly. Like, I haven't even thought about that either.
Like, hell, you remember in Inside Job when Reagan wanted to make her own Ninja Turtles and she ended up giving them those poor turtles radiation poisoning?
Oh my god.
Just so I think it's not unethical for scientists to experiment on themselves. Experimenting on the child, that's a totally different story.
That's a different story. Have the scientists experiment on your own kid, as if that makes it better.
No, it's worse.
Exactly. See, so she did it to herself and the child. So this is just awful.
It was almost a suicide
mission. The dad's a scientist too, and what did he do? He let it happen.
Jeez. But for me to put these pieces together now, it further makes me feel sorry for her, because not only that she's been separated from her daughter, she was also being controlled by this new character that will later on become the antagonist of the upcoming 3rd season, which is later to be Dr. Emilia.
Emilia is one of those humans that were from Kippo's first burrow, her birth burrow, and they were trying to find a way to reverse the mutation in the mutes, to revert them back to normal.
In a nutshell, I would say she's just a leader of a mutant hate group. She's just a leader of a mutant hate group.
And along the way, we also get a little background information on Scarlet Mange.
Yes, the
Or
further
we come to know
background
him
of
as
Charlemagne
Hugo.
is what I love the most of the second season. Like, I love the second season because it gives more and more and more depth on the other characters.
Yep, Hugo is probably one of the most interesting villain in the show. Is because of where he came from. He used to be a little normal Mandarin.
Yes.
Until he injected, well, not injected. He's taking all sorts of mutagen serum, and then had to walk, talk, learn, and apparently make some of his animal pheromones more potent. Apparently, mandrills, at least according to I think it was either Song or Kipo's dad, said that mandrill had this sort of pheromones that could control other animals. You give all that crap to Charlemagne, it increases that power tenfold.
Oh, wow.
Not sure if that is true at all, like in real life.
But then again, seeing how Hugo all of a sudden went from Hugo to Charlemagne is sad because throughout this whole life he's being used as a science experiment only to be abandoned the next. That's just tragic.
Yeah, you see all that happened to him, and you get to understand why he is like he is, and you understand. Oh, okay, this makes sense for him to be like that.
So, like, what were your favorite moments of the season 2?
Well, I would say one, Dave being impaled by an arrow.
Oh yeah, you literally posted a tweet about that. That was my favorite moment too. Like,
And they
you
were
tweeted about it, and I thought about it.
When a couple of bats that came in looking for an alien communication device, arrows were flying, and one of them impaled Dave. He was like, "Oh, oh!" No, I'm just kidding. This does hurt.
I laughed so hard for me to realize he's literally like a metamorphosis bug mute. Like, he cannot die. Like, what is he?
He can't die if he wants to. The second part is Scarlemagne's relationship with Kipo, because he kind of refers to her as his sister, practically siblings. They were raised by the same parents, but things were going downhill when at least in Scarlemagne's eye, they care more about Kipo than they cared about him. And it certainly didn't help when the dad was practically gave up on him.
Yeah, that was just sad for me, just like to see it. This is literally Kipo you're talking about. Kipo is literally like one of the most genuine, kind-hearted protagonists I've seen. Like, take one of the examples from the episode All That Glitters, when Kipo was literally doing the best she could to see the best in Scarlemagne, or hoping that she could actually see Hugo. Throughout the many scenes I've seen with her and Hugo, Kipo is literally the type of person that would not give up on a person who, though evil, had a very tragic backstory. It even hit me harder when Kipo apologized for something that she doesn't have anything to do with. But for real, if this doesn't show the type of magnificent person Kipo is, then I don't know what is.
And another one of my favorite moments was when they managed to rescue Troy's dad. Benson told Wolf and Dave, like, okay, can you make me sound cool in front of him? And Wolf was like,
oh my god.
A bunch of acid-spitting walruses.
It's like Benson's trying to do his best he can to not only try to impress his future boyfriend, but Troy's dad as well. That's just...
And the best part is that when the truth came out, like, Benson admitted that he didn't do all this stuff.
He still accepted him.
He was like, well, you know, my son Troy, he saved a bunch of old lady by mutant animals. And it's like, wait, really?
There's no way.
No. But I think you two getting along.
Oh.
Again, also what I love about this show is just the acceptance of the LGBT, or of course Benson and Troy being gay. I don't see much of gay representation now. I mean gay as in men
Yeah.
Men
While
loving other men.
men with other men.
Yeah.
Then
Speaking of the
Kipo is probably one of the few shows that actually shows that. And with Dead End Paranormal Park, again, we're seeing more representation with Barney. And oh my, yeah, I forgot the boyfriend's name. Remember his name?
wait a second. Let me look at. Oh, Logan. It's Barney and Logan. AKA Logs.
With Barney and Logan, it's another example of a gay representation, not lesbian representation, although that's important too. Not just specifically lesbian representation, but gay representation as well.
Yeah. Speaking of the queer representation, I forgot there was another character that's under the queer representation, which is a non-binary character.
In Kipo?
Yeah, in Kipo.
Yes.
So they not have appeared as much. I think their name is Asher.
Asher.
Yeah, their name is Asher.
Asher Bardex. Sure.
Yeah, I'm sure that's their name. Yeah, it's their name.
I'm looking Asher up, and yeah, I can see that the gender is non-binary. I did not notice that until like right now. Speaking of which, and it was also pretty funny to see the 3 kids that Kipo and friends rescued take them to the Timber Cats.
Oh, I forgot. One of my favorite moments is with like when they were training the kids how to use their axes, right?
And one of them just have at it, just like keep chopping the wood. Like she's
just so pissed. And Wolf is just enjoying it. Look at the Wolf's face. Wolf is just pretty much enjoying it.
Like, I know it wasn't Troy. It was one of the other 2. But
But I think it's their
sibling.
sibling.
Laugh so hard.
Yeah.
Like let them have this. You know, they've had a long day.
Yeah, I can understand what one of their siblings have been through.
And Yum Yum, when they came in, it was like Yum Yum hugs you all, like happy to have Kipo's friend in there. And what's funny is that they thought they had to earn the Timber Cat's trust by wrangling the flea and learning to use the axe, when all they had to do was just say they're Kipo's friends.
Yeah, any friend of Kipo Oak will be a friend of whoever Kipo has literally befriended with. So how would you rate this season? Like, I would most likely rate it more of a 9.8 out of 10 because season 2 was just a whole new level.
Yeah.
A 9 out of 10 for me, yeah?
You say 9.5 for me.
He said 9.5. That's what he
said.
said.
I say 9.
Okay.
You know what? I've also neglected to ask Colby, is there anything you'd like to add? Anything at all?
Sure.
Yeah, no. I don't think so.
Oh, it's okay. Like my rating is higher because, like I said, it pushes even further, like what we just already explored before with the storytelling, knowing more about the characters, and most of all, what I love the most is what it did the similar trope with season 1. It's just giving you more and more flashback, just to give the viewers a bigger jigsaw puzzle to put the pieces together of the whole flashback to where it was
especially with Fungus and sympathy for the mandrill.
Yeah.
Fungus shows more about Kipo's parents' side of the story, while sympathy for the mandrill, we see Scarlet or Hugo's side of the story. Itself is sort of a tragedy.
That's what I just love about season 2 the most, you know?
Very sad, like, when you think of it, like, had the dad got Scarlet Mange or went for him, who knows? He could have turned out a lot better than we see now.
Yeah. And the whole world could have been a whole lot different if Scarlet Mane was the good guys, you know?
And it seems like each season they always like up the ante. In season 1, we were worried about Scarlet Mange, or the mention of him. And now we got season 2 where Scarlet Mange was still the baddie, and then halfway there we see Emilia now being an overarching villain throughout the whole series.
Yeah, and season 3 is just gonna further prove that Emilia will be the actual villain of it all.
And it's something that we will discuss next time with there, because Emilia, I would say most villains that I have seen recently, Emilia really is someone that I'd like to talk about more.
So with that said, thank you all for being in another LASM podcast with me. Don't forget, this is literally just season 2, as our next one will be on season 3. I really... What was that?
Season.
With that said, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. Click on the notification bell so that way you won't miss out on any more of the animation content. And with that said, I bid you peace. Bye! Say bye, everyone.
Ciao.
Knockout!